Welcome back to another episode of the thing we do on the internet for attention and views. I'm Dan. I couldn't breathe through my nose today.
I don't know how to follow that up.
He's Nick. Welcome to 2 Minutes of Pod.
Thank you for not giving us any of the views that Dan actually described before. I am Nick.
And I'm Dan.
We think. We don't know.
Am I?
We haven't had DNA confirm that
Let me
yet.
check my underwear real quick.
Wait a minute. It doesn't say Dan. This is George. Dad!
It also says Tuesday.
But it's Thursday.
I'm just all kinds of fucked up.
Anyway, Dan, how about those shout-outs for the week?
Sure. Thank you to my mom. And you know what? I'll thank my dad too for supporting me in all this. I'm not sure if he's actually ever listened or watched. Probably not. But, thank you anyway.
It's the thought that counts.
Thank you to the two brands that I'm ambassadors for, Patriotic Pump and FNX Fitness. I'm gonna punch you right in the dick. Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
I'm gonna pull out my thing here and actually give you the codes.
Well, he's going for the codes. Also, I want to say thank you to Spark Creative, our parent company.
Yep.
They being us, make it all possible for this show to happen.
So he's trying to make it all sound more involved than it is, but it's actually just us two.
Essentially, for Dan's point about all the views and everything, we do appreciate everyone that actually does watch the show.
Thank you to everybody who watched the Eat This video. It's our most viewed video on our channel.
Yeah, you guys were probably just as impressed as we were. Anyway,
It will be revisited.
Dan has promo codes.
You can use the code FNXY3VI for FNX Fit and AGAN15 for Patriotic Pump. With those two codes, if you are the type of person who wants to wear athletic apparel or cool t-shirts, 15% off your order.
Maybe if I'm feeling fancy, I'll we'll add a little lower third subtitle thing for you there.
Don't give me hope.
Oh, I'll think about it maybe. Now that he said that, I'll think about it.
Just like my mom is just gonna not do it. That's what that means. Like, I'll think about it.
So it's 2020, 3 weeks now? It already sucks.
It
Take
feels
it
like,
back.
It feels like January 74th.
That's been the thing for the last few years, though, honestly. Like, the last few years, it just felt like January dragged on forever. But it's not miserably cold like it has been.
No, it's been kind of nice.
It's cold, don't get me
Actually.
wrong, but it's not like tundra outside.
In the morning, it's not that fun. But, once it gets around lunchtime, it's all right.
So Dan wanted to bring up in discussion today a little bit about the stages of sitting in traffic.
Yeah, it didn't come from me sitting in traffic. It came to me just a comedy bit. Sitting in traffic isn't a specific New Jersey thing. It's everywhere. But
It's more noticeable here in Jersey, however.
yes. And I realized that there are more than a few stages of sitting in traffic. And the first one is stage one. When you're driving and you either see the big sea of cars in front of you braking, or you start to see the traffic right in front of you braking and slowing down.
First, step one, the notice.
What the hell is going on up there? Or, why is everybody braking? Like, just go. The second stage, when you are stopped and you decide to look on your phone for traffic information about what's going on.
Mind you, you're still moving at this point. You're not stopped yet.
And you're just like, the hell is going on up there? And you're just trying to find, where the yellow and the red stop or start.
And there is no end to the red in sight.
You're just scrolling it doesn't stop, it just keeps going. The third is when you're just like, oh, what the hell, man? Just go. Why? What's going on up there? It's just some dude, with his hazards on, or it's some dude who is just like not going fast enough in the left lane, which is a big problem.
But they're in the middle of the jam. They're not even all the way at the end.
And there's people who are scared of the traffic, who are like, oh, it's just like, just calm down, brake,
take a deep breath,
and then
step away from the jam.
And then by that time, you are in the thick of the traffic.
Now you're stopped.
You're stopped or at a very slow crawl, like 1, 2, 3 miles an hour. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere.
PPS exit 100 on the Parkway at 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m.
Yeah. You get to this point, you just kind of sit there like this at your driver's seat. You're just like, oh, god damn it.
You're wondering what you could have done with all the time you were currently losing.
You're also wondering what exactly led you to the moment that you're at right now.
You're rethinking your life at this point, pretty much.
All kinds of things going on in your head. Mostly you go, what the fuck is going on up there?
Dan's just very angry usually and using every 4-letter word in his arsenal at this point.
Yes. That's my dad, too.
It's an Aiken trait.
The next step...
How did I lost count?
All the fingers. The next step is when you fingers and toes. The next step is there better be a goddamn wreck up there with just like scrambled metal and body bags.
But yet at this point we still notice no fire or smoke.
There's nothing. But you're just like, there better be something crazy up there.
You're still about 2 good miles away from whatever happened.
At least. From like even thinking about what could have actually be going on.
Okay.
The next step is, I think that you get close enough. You're on your phone. You have you have Google Maps or whatever Apple on your phone, and you see the point of where the disaster is.
Red meets yellow.
You see the delay, 15 minutes, which it's been like half an hour at this point.
And at this point, you're also not only you noticing where your point of conflict is.
Yes.
You're also looking for that alternate route. But I could tell you something now. That alternate route never comes. And if it does...
And if it is there, you're never in the right spot ever.
You're in the left lane at that point.
You're in the left lane, and there is no way you're getting over.
And there are 3 people next to you that have never driven before.
It's the first thing. They don't know what to do. You're just kind of like, you're kind of hoping, you're like looking back every like 2 seconds, seeing if like somebody slows down enough.
Turn the signal on. No one wants to let you over.
Nobody's gonna let you in. You're not gonna let anybody else in. Then again, you're in all the so nobody's.
It's just a bad situation all around.
It's New Jersey accident traffic. It's just all bad.
At this point, Dan's sweating.
That's just all the time. So it's not special. It's not special to
It's just a natural thing at this point.
It's just that's idling for me. What did I say in the car was the next one after this?
Okay. So after this, when you're finally looking for it, it finally starts to move a little bit.
It starts to move. You know, okay, like we're actually moving now. Maybe it's past because like there's always a point.
And you're making progress too,
yes.
mind you. This isn't like that false hope, like, oh, we moved up to N, we're back.
You're going like 50 on the road. You're like driving along.
Bam! Wall number 2.
Because at some point, the traffic does break and everybody just starts to go again. Like nothing even happened.
Right.
And then you come to the apex where the thing is. And it's only one of a few things in New Jersey. It's either A, someone pulled over with their hazards on that had nothing wrong with them at all, and they're just trying to like figure out where they're going, or they're trying to fix something with their car, or whatever. Or it's someone pulled over by a cop, which nobody has any business really looking at, because that's people getting pulled over is just like a status quo in New Jersey. Like
rubberneck.
Yeah, rubbernecking. Like just go, drive. Or it is a catastrophic automobile accident.
95% of the time, it is not the catastrophic car accident.
But when it is, it's either the not so bad, like somebody like just like hit somebody and they're on the side of the road, like just trying to like exchange information.
Meanwhile, you've been sitting in this traffic now about half hour to 45 minutes.
Probably like close to an hour.
You're hoping that there is some legitimate, like a meteor crashed on the parkway at this point to justify the amount of stoppage.
Because you were stuck for so long, you started to wonder what the hell's going on.
What the hell's going on?
It's either a small little accident or catastrophic, like ambulances and scattered metal and body bags and all that.
You're hoping you get to see this abortion, but 9 times out of 10, it is not the abortion you want to see.
And then everybody just drives away.
But the thing is, 90% of the time, like I just said, you never. I mean, and granted, I'm not saying that I want to see anybody get in an accident.
Although you have to admit, you kind of do.
I kind of don't. Because I feel even worse. See, there's nothing worse than when you're that guy in the car cursing up and down. I've been sitting 45 minutes. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And you drive out and you just see the wreck that you know nobody survived. You can't help but feel like a little bit of guilt if you get there.
Speaking of accidents and traffic, the day before Thanksgiving, me and my brother and my parents were all together under the roof. Under the roof. We were all home. That's what I'm trying to say. We were all home. And
he took a very elongated approach to saying they were home.
I don't know why I kept using different words, but we all started talking about all the accidents that we saw that night. Because Thanksgiving Eve is the heaviest travel day in the U.S.
Yes.
My dad was talking about the accidents I saw on
next to Father's Day in Harlem, of course.
Oh my god. My dad was talking about the different accidents and shit that he saw on the road and his various adventures for work. My brother was talking about, because my brother did a co-op in Manhattan, so he was talking about that traffic and those accidents and the accidents.
So what you're saying is he put his left foot in and then put his left foot out and put his right foot in?
all about.
Yes. Did he do the hokey pokey?
He didn't give details. He's not that kind of kid.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Fair enough.
But he was talking about the New York stuff and the New Jersey stuff, and I chimed in, "Well, my dude, on my way here, I saw blah blah blah." And my mom talked about. So we all literally had like 4 stories of an accident that we saw somewhere on the road, going to and from work. And I was kind of just like, man, Thanksgiving night, we're talking about like 8 different accidents.
That's nothing. Have you ever been to Destruction Derby? On Sunday.
You could smoke inside.
And then we wonder why everyone in this state is half retarded. But anyway.
You can smoke inside. You can watch Gravedigger. You can smoke inside.
Did we mention Gravedigger will be there?
You can catch t-shirts out of a can. You can eat fried dough. And did we mention Gravedigger?
Do you think Gravedigger was the only main attraction for the Destruction Derby back in the day?
And if you mention, you can smoke inside.
Needless to say,
Sunday.
Needless to say, they were somewhere between monster trucks and smoking inside at that point.
And t-shirt cannons.
Yes, and t-shirt cannons.
Mostly Gravedigger.
Namely the t-shirts that are way too small and are never going to fit anyway, but you know. You caught it.
And then that same day, it was like, if you think there's going to be so many fat people, if you think you're the fattest person, you're wrong.
You know how long these people have seen their penises in? 10 years. That's right, 10 years.
On Sunday.
Oh, God.
That one
Did we really just do a Destruction Derby thing? Even though that arena's gone now, they don't even do it.
Wow.
Oh, my God, we're showing our age. I remember that was a big thing too, like back in the day.
I remember you kept hearing.
Did anyone even know who drove Gravedigger? Like, let's be real.
No. It's just like, it was the elusive, like, monster truck that just, like, you see YouTube
because it's really hard to miss a monster truck.
Exactly. Remember the commercials where you would like, on Sunday, fun day! And you were like, I want to go.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Well, it's
they
not.
They said the day 3 times and said it was going to be fun.
None of it was. You can only watch a monster truck run over so many small trucks.
Yeah, they said you could smoke inside.
Shut up.
Dad.
Not again.
Oh, we have to bring it back.
Yeah, we took a left turn on that one. So, we also mentioned, I sent a meme actually to Dan this afternoon. Something along the lines of, obviously, you know, we've had the discussion many a time on this show about our inability to actually find jobs that sustain life.
You know.
So I found this meme. It was the text meme. It wasn't the photograph.
It was a Twitter screenshot meme.
Yes, exactly. And it said, I would rather eat an entire truck tire than write a cover letter for my resume.
100% agreed.
Listen, here's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to tell you something.
Here's my 2 cents on the matter. First of all, resumes mean almost nothing. Here's why. The reason I say that in today's job environment that a resume means nothing is because 99% of the time you're doing your applications for jobs online.
Yes.
All the questions that they ask you are somewhere encompassed in your resume. So if they already have all the answers to those questions, what is the purpose of your resume? Thus, because the resume isn't technically even necessary at that point, is there any reason that you need a cover letter? Nobody reads the cover letter. The cover letters read the same thing. Hi, I heard about your company because of this, and I think my skills that
I think I should be hired because I need a job.
I don't want to starve anymore.
I prefer to be able to eat food.
The cardboard is becoming a little too much.
I can only put hot sauce on so many things so many times before it gets boring.
Frozen waffles are bad because I can't afford the toaster.
I'd eat them up outside. Oh.
Well, finally lost the tooth. Finally fell out.
One thing I dislike about the online part of job hunting is that I'm a graphic designer, so I made my resume. I made it all custom, all nice, so that people could look at it and be like, oh, it's a showcase of part of my talent.
Yes.
But, seeing you're the guy who asked me to be a partner in your graphic design marketing business,
You're right, it's all my fault.
kind of is, I'm not going to lie. This podcast is my fault.
At
so.
least he admits it. Anyway,
Who are you?
back to the point.
Oh, I'm online on Indeed and ZipRecruiter. You just put information on.
It's a digital.
It's a digital. It's
Indeed resume.
Yeah,
or
it's just a
something like
digital
that.
screen with your information on. There's no like finesse or graphic element.
Yes,
or...
there's no penis. You're right.
Try to get ahead, not give ahead. Not give ahead.
Hey. Welcome to our cheap penis humor. Yes, Jess, there is expensive penis humor.
We can't afford it. So Nick just
No,
like
that's
scrambles for the bargain bin shit.
Gee, that one's tiny.
Chris Semko? Semko,
Sorry,
I
Chris.
love you, man.
You made the highlight reel finally.
If you want to call that high. Someday we're going to be famous enough where somebody makes compilation videos of our podcast.
It'll be us. We'll be making those compilation
The
videos.
100th episode will be a compilation that we won't publish under our name, so it looks like somebody else did it. But but the whole resume thing online, it takes away from how
Showing your actual product that you
because
created.
I carefully made I've really done my resume a little bit over the past couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
and I made it so it would show off part of my talent.
Essentially, you're putting your whole
But
what you
when
call
it just says submit your Indeed resume, I'm like, I want to give them my actual resume because my Indeed resume is just a bunch of information. And what actually Indeed has started to where you upload a resume that gets sent to the employer,
right.
which I think is nice.
But I think it's still pretty much still cycles around the actual Indeed resume, which essentially, if you want to make an account, you have to build an Indeed resume.
Going off of that, I uploaded my actual resume to Indeed and it filled out the information, and I have a quote from a famous graphic designer on the bottom of it, and I have his name under there, so it credits him, and they filled out my name as his name because they just found it there.
Please hire me.
First name George, second last name Lois. No,
No. This is not what I wanted. I don't know.
I'm like redo.
But then here's the thing though. You go through all the trouble to make this elaborate resume, and then as I've said before, you end up doing these applications online because I could almost guarantee you in today's day and age, especially if you're going for just a run-of-the-mill retail job, nobody looks at your resume. They look at how you answer the questions that they put on the site, which coincidentally coincide with everything that your resume says anyway. But
It's
it
all
doesn't
just a
really.
big trap.
The thing is, I feel like, and you know what? What the hell? We'll go off of this one too. Does the questions that you have to answer online, and obviously, the interview that I would hope would come after that. I don't know what that's like, but
I've got a taste.
I mean, I've been on interviews too. I mean, and
I think I've
they make
been-
it sound like you're the greatest thing, and then suddenly it's hey, you didn't get the
Yeah, we'll
job.
call you. Hey, no, we won't. No.
Yeah, that's even the worst part when they say, "Yeah, we'll be in touch," and they're never in touch.
You have to prime me. I have to prime HR them for 2 weeks.
Was it something I said?
No, it was just you.
But does that take away from the interview experience, is what I want to say. They're already asking you questions online based on the resume and job skills that you say you have. So doesn't them asking you the questions before you actually go in for the interview, doesn't that just deplete the necessity of an interview? I mean, they're literally asking you, how long have you been doing this? 0 years, but technically 3. You know, and it's like all those things that they ask, like, you know, what makes you a good team player?
I need the job.
Because I suck by myself. Like, I don't know.
What? Those
Aside from the fact that the job market sucks.
those just hourly, like, jobs in stores and stuff, not like jobs that we're applying for, but like the questions on the site, that like 60 questions, they're all that like it's 10 questions on a
The
worded
personality quiz, they call them.
the questions that are just 10 roundabout questions worded 10 different ways to just make it to just like, and I like take the general point all of each separate question and just give us 10 questions.
Yeah, it's true.
Like if you're like so and so did this and you saw it, what do you do? And then then like 2 pages.
I think about it later, write a song about it.
Okay, pop on drummer.
It's Phil Collins. I watched somebody watch someone else murder someone, so I wrote a song about
It's
it.
either so and so did this at work and you saw. What do you do? And then 2 pages later, you get like the same question.
I know what you're saying. It's just worded differently.
It's just two words are switched. You're just like what I said 2 pages ago.
I simply tell them I could feel it coming in the air tonight. I don't know, it just seems too roundabout. Maybe this is why we can't get a job. We don't take it seriously. We literally just talked about a very serious thing that happens on jobs. We talked about feeling it in the air tonight by Phil Collins. I mean,
I just kind of believe.
yeah, maybe just try to break up the monotony. It's so hard being depressed all the time. Dan knows all about being depressed.
Pressing?
What is pressing?
Is there stuff for me to press? Are you saying that there's stuff for me to press somewhere? Is there a weight somewhere? Are you what? Is that what's in your garage? Are you lying to me?
Sweating intensifies.
I can smell a barbell.
Is there a car for me to deadlift? Is that White Castle?
Are you saying that there's a car outside I can go deadlift? Are you saying I should deadlift my car right now? Is that what you're saying? Because I'll go do it right now. I'll go do it right now.
And we'll follow you
Right now.
outside.
You're
You're just smelling White Castle right now.
Well, like my grandparents. I don't know how many of your grandparents are still alive, to be honest, but like
3 of the 4.
my mom's parents are still alive, and I've had to explain to them the now modern nuances of job hunting.
There is no more pavement pounding.
My grandmother actually changed her old adage. She once said, when you're pounding the keyboard, and I was like, there you go.
There you go, Grandma.
She was always like, your resume should be good. It should look good. It should sound good, because that's the representation of you.
Right.
But she always like the cover. They always like talk about the cover letter and like going in places.
Can we be fair? Actually, going back to that comment that I made about the meme that I sent
And
you.
if you are an employer or someone who works for an employer that reads all the incoming applications and cover letters and stuff, tell us in the comments below. Do the cover letters matter? Do they?
Do you really actually read the resumes? Like that's something I'm more interested in. Are they actually reviewing?
Do you give a shit about anything at all? Because if not, then we're just gonna pack it.
Aside from the questions that you've asked, I mean, this is 2 people that have been looking for jobs now for on 4 years now, almost.
It's been 80 years.
It's been 83 years. But
Forever.
that's what I was gonna say though. Going back to the cover letter and everything.
Can you give us some pointers so we can at least try to make something out of this, so that we're less miserable about the job hunt?
Them? Like, does anybody really read them and take into account, like, oh, this so and so's work? Because I've been through 5 interviews.
Something that I've painfully had to come to the realization to is that I don't think we worked nearly as hard enough as who we knew instead of what we knew, because every time you hear about someone getting a job, it's like it's
Oh, they knew so and so that works for the
this
company.
this one girl I went to Monmouth with in the graphic design department. She got a job with CBS. And I was like, "How did you get that?" I'm honestly curious. And she was like, "Oh, my family knows somebody." And I was like, "God damn it!"
So you cheated.
She's a really good designer, so it's not like she was like awful and got the job because like somebody.
So she cheated.
Well, it isn't really cheating because that's just how it is.
But is that right though? I mean, I know people that are.
I don't think that there's a. I don't think that there's an essence of if it's right or wrong because it's become the landscape.
And my thing is, I'm
This is my whole thought. This is my whole summarized thought process. We checked all the boxes. Gotta get my bearings straight here.
I was building a wall for you.
We shall yeet all the job posters over the wall.
And build a higher wall around them.
We checked all the boxes through high school. We both did relatively well in high school because we knew we were going to college. Because I don't know about you, I work for my dad who is a contractor, but I'm not really mechanically skilled at all. So, I mean, I can use some tools, but like I wasn't going in construction. I checked all the boxes in high school, made sure I did okay. I went to college because that's what I had to do. I went to vocational school, community college, Monmouth University. I got all the pieces of paper that said I was good at what I was going to do. I had the skill and I had the portfolio. Which you did as well. You did as well. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go find a job now. I have the two things I need. And what do you know? You need 17 years of experience, a blood sample, someone you know who is blowing somebody somewhere to get you a job. And it's just like...
You forgot you have to speak 30 different languages.
Yes.
Preferably one of them
and own 2 nonprofits.
Yes. And half of it has to be Somalinese.
It's just like entry level. What it comes down to entry level isn't just degree and portfolio or skill set. It's every entry level job I find on Indeed is 2 or 3 years of experience.
Every time I go to look on Indeed, I get one of two things. If I'm looking for the job and skill set that I went to school for, that I find myself most comfortable in. I mean, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, maybe what I did wasn't the best path to take for what I wanted to do.
I think this is what the boomers are calling whining. I think that's what this is, to be honest.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, maybe I didn't pick, in my own thing, I didn't pick the best avenue to showcase the skills that I do have. I kind of liked a bunch of things, and I kind of brought it all together. We kind of filtered it out, like, while I was at school, and I finally decided.
I mean, I think about the fact that my brother's an incredibly smart person. He was top 9 in our high school when he graduated from high school. Top 9, not 9%, top 9 people at the top. He got offer letters from colleges all over the country, and he went to Stevens.
Stevens is good.
He's done a co-op for Con Edison for 2 semesters now. And when he gets out of school, he's gonna get the job. He's gonna get thrown offers because he's good.
Like the dirty sluts they are.
He's good at what he does and he's smart. So companies gonna want him. And Con Edison wants him to come work for them, like right now. He's not even done college, and they're like, "Can you come work for us?"
As an engineer, that ain't bad.
And part of me, a couple parts of me wonder a couple things. One, did I pick a good enough thing? Like, I know I picked a good thing. Like, you can make money in design. But part of me wonders, about what I did wrong at the very end, because the downhill domino effect happened at the very end of college.
Right.
I hate talking about this stuff because it annoys me, but my brother is already like tracked to do well in life. And he's not even out of college yet. I'm sitting here kind of with my thumb on my ass trying to figure out something that I can do to get me over the 20.
Just to help. I mean, just to get me in a normal enough way. I mean, we're in the same boat. That's why we do this.
Is it sad at this point that I kind of just want to be able to make the kind of money to get me over the...
Wawa for 3 meals a day.
That is the dream, baby, right there.
Oh, we're not talking about the same thing here?
What are you talking about? Awkward. You said Wawa, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just want to be able to afford,
I just want to be able to be. I'm almost out from under my parents' umbrella. You doing your times tables over there?
Yes. I'm counting all the things you're saying.
I just want to be completely. I'm almost there, but I want to be completely on my own, and I want to make enough money where I can just like.
Want to be able to afford the life that my dog deserves.
Yeah, well, I want to be able to afford the life that my hobby needs.
Lots of heavy things.
I need to be able to afford to eat a lot more.
Yeah, the whole starving thing ain't working.
It is.
Do you think anybody's listening to us?
Hello.
Hi. Okay, I think that's enough groveling on camera.
You want to talk about anything else?
No, I think that pretty much should conclude this week. I mean, I think we aired out all the laundry that we wanted to for this week. So, what I also wanted to mention was I'm going to start my own show now.
How are you? Look at that.
Yeah. So basically, what it's going to be is it's going to be a point counterpoint show where I bring up things that are popular, opinion wise, and it's basically the concept of my show is I'm going to start everyone off by saying, well, that's your opinion. And I think that's going to be the name of the show. Well, that's your opinion. And then I'm going to say, and here's mine. And I'm going to just kind of go into it.
It's going to be an hour-long show.
It's going to be 45 years long, each one.
As you be on the camera like, dude, come on. It's like, I'm not finished with this.
Come on! If you watch this episode first, check us out on Anchor now. We moved our...
Yes, we have maneuvered our way through a couple
We
of
have
things.
grown up. We're no longer on SoundCloud. We are now on Anchor.
Let's be honest, nobody started caring about SoundCloud a long time ago.
Anchor actually cycles through Spotify. We'd appreciate it if you look for Two Beards in a Pod on Anchor. We'll be We're actually on a few now. We're on Google Podcasts due to Anchor. We have a whole bunch.
So you can
Stitcher.
find us everywhere.
I mean, listen, if you don't want to watch us videos, I don't blame you either because I hate watching my fat ass for a while.
If you don't want to listen to us either, that's fine too. We don't.
It's really not fine. We want you to listen to us.
Listen, damn it.
Well, anyway, carrying it on out.
So, Nick, where can the folks find you online?
It's gonna be on our Two Beards in a Pod Anchor page.
I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about you personally. Maybe people want to find us on Instagram or something, follow us.
Well, if you go on any of them, really, it's Two Beards in a Pod is the page for this podcast.
Oh, I like when Joe Sanagato and his friend do their podcast, they always end the show with like, "Where can they find you?" And then they give out their personal Instagram handles.
I forget what my Instagram handle is. Shit. I believe it's at Fubbs FUBBZ313. It's on Instagram.
Mine's much longer. Mine's at _incredible_Dagan DAGIN.
This is too long. You want to find us? Easiest way to do it: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Facebook is going to be Two Beards in a Pod. We also have our Beard TV companion page on Facebook.
Yes.
Instagram we're on is Two Beards in a Pod.
Please go like Beard TV. That we're trying to push likes to that page.
Pretty much Beard TV is our anchor for everything. That's where all of our shows end up. Two Beards in a Pod obviously has its own channel because it's Two Beards in a Pod. That was our original concept. But yeah. Beard TV is the house for all children.
It's so bad.
For all of our children. They're not Dan's because he's still single.
You can find on Beard TV. You can find Brutally Honest with Ben, Brutally Honest movie reviews with Ben. You can find Eat This, and you will also find Well, That's Your Opinion.
Well, that's your opinion, and don't forget Two Beards in a Pod.
Yes, Two Beards in a Pod.
Never ever forget about them.
Were we?
We're gonna close the show out by saying we hope to get Ronnie back on the show real soon.
And thank you, Nick DeSaca, for coming on last week.
Yes, thank you, Nick. It was a trip
and excitement at the same time.
Yes. I tripped. That's what I meant. I tripped on the show.
And I got really excited.
Yes. And Dan almost knocked the green screen over again. Well, anyway, I'm Nick.
I'm Dan.
And we're closing out Two Beards in a Pod. Check out all our other shows at Beard TV on YouTube.
Have a good day.
And everyone remember, Danny Boy is still single.
You had to say Danny Boy, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Fuck you.
Please clap.